everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Tuesday, and it is August 30th. We have one meeting to tell you about today, and that is at 1:30 this afternoon. It is the United Finance Committee meeting, and that will be in the boardroom as well as virtual. Now, on our show today, we have a new member of the Old Pros. His name is Al Glover, and then we also have Carol Glenn. And we're going to talk about an upcoming performance, and also there's going to be some auditions. And then we talked to Dr. Bobby Awadala, who is great speaker, great guy, great surgeon and doctor, and he is over at Skin Credible Dermatology and Surgery, and he's going to talk to us all about the services that they provide. Plus, we have a giveaway at the end of the show, so make sure you stick around for that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the weather. Now, it is going to be extremely hot this week, so I imagine we may be experiencing some rolling blackouts. Now, of course, remember that is not issued by anything that we do here at Village Management Services. That is done by the energy companies, so possibly be prepared for something like that. All right, our weather. 87-72 today, 90-73, 90-74, 88-75, and 93-79. So it is going to be very warm. So of course, all the precautions that you normally would take when you were out in the sun, and be careful when you're walking because it's going to be very warm. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:24. And our sunset will be at 7:19. And this is still from my trip. This one is in Idaho. And someone built a castle up on the hill with its own little Rapunzel tower. And you can have this for a mere $18 million. It is on Lake Penderella, and that is in Idaho. Send us a photo of a destination that you have visited to Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com. All right, when we come back, we'll have the Old Pros, so stick around.
Diane's Hallmark in Laguna Niguel is now an Elam's Hallmark, and we are excited to be part of your community. We have just remodeled, and you will be surprised by the wide variety of fashion and accessories, home decor, collectibles, Disney, Peanuts, Harry Potter, and Star Wars, along with the largest Hallmark card selection in town. Stop in today and sign up for our Crown Rewards program and get a free Just Because card. Once a member, you can get a free card once a month. Elam's Hallmark, your neighborhood gift store.
Number one reported accident for a senior is a fall.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. If you've taken a bad fall or your balance isn't what it used to be, it's time to try 60 Up. It's safe, it's effective balance training that can get you back on your feet in as little as 3 weeks, like it did me.
If you have balance, strength, or mobility issues, you need 60 Up.
Within a couple weeks, my balance has improved.
If you're feeling scared, you need 60 Up.
It works.
Go to 60up.com. That's the number 60up.com.
It changed my life, and it can change yours too.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
Your first day of retirement. What will you wake up to? Freedom? Time? Adventure? Your ideal retirement doesn't just have to come alive in your dreams. Awaken to your new reality. Awaken your spirit, your vision. It's not a dream. It's your next chapter, your future, and it's in reach. Next generation retirement doesn't happen by accident. Plan for your bright future. Awaken to what's possible.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Welcome back. Well, today I have Al and Carol who are here on behalf of the Old Pros. Well, welcome. It's very nice to meet you and nice to see you again as always.
Thank you, Lisa.
This time you're not dressed in some crazy thing.
Oh, well.
Because usually I have lots of outfits and hats and all sorts of stuff. I think she just lives like that, you know.
It's fun.
I know, you have a really good time. Well, Al, you are new to us, so I want to take a minute here and just sort of get to know you. How long have you lived in the village?
I've lived here probably about 5 years now.
5 years,
Yeah.
and you're new to Old Pros, though.
I am, yes. So when we moved here, well, my wife passed away 2 years ago, and I'm finally starting to get back into things. So.
Good. Well, that's great.
Old Pros was my first stop to get back into life.
Yeah. Well, okay. Funny thing, right? Funny story.
Yeah.
So I asked you what kind of TV interviews you had, and you said you were on Romper Room. Man, a lifetime ago, right?
Oh yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
That was a lot. But you stayed in the industry.
Not in the industry itself. I did a lot of community theater. I have an undergraduate degree in drama from the University of California here at Irvine.
Okay.
And then I went on and got a law degree after that.
Wow.
So I did other things with my life, but I was always involved in community theater along the way.
Got it, got it. So your undergrad in drama probably helped being a lawyer, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, it helps with everything. But law school and drama prepare you both for life in different ways. It's kind of, the combo is kind of fun.
Exactly, exactly. Well, you've got a big performance coming up here, and that is going to be happening here pretty soon. So let's talk about the performance itself. I know we were planning to have it before, but it got pushed out. So what are we looking at?
Right. We're looking at Monday, September 12th at Clubhouse 7, which we're so happy to be back into.
Yeah.
It's just an easier venue to perform. And before I go any further, Al is one of our hidden treasures. And we of the Old Pros are looking for more hidden treasures here in Laguna Woods.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people since the pandemic that have either come or have been segregated in their homes, and they haven't been able to get out. And we just really want to find some treasures like Al, who with a wealth of experience.
Yeah. Well, I think that your request is very well taken, and the fact that you're now here, you may have some additional influences on people who may be thinking about it and haven't taken that leap forward. And we'll be talking about an opportunity later in our segment here about that. So Al, what is your position in this performance?
Oh, I play George Bernard Shaw, thank you.
Okay, George, and is that you?
No, Bernard.
Is that you?
Bernard, not George.
Oh, Bernard in the middle.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Wow, look at that. I don't know about the one on the right there. That's just too much for me. That hair.
That's Oscar.
That's hair. That's awesome. That's so fun.
It's Noel, Oscar, and George, but Noel, George, and Oscar in this case.
Okay. So let's look at the next couple of ones. Tell me as we go along, what are some of the photos?
Oh, that's...
So they were some of your
Karen Taylor.
Practicing?
Yes, we were, they're doing interviews with the playwrights, and then they're doing scenes from some of their well-known plays. This is a scene from Blythe's Spirit that they're in rehearsal for.
Okay, oh good.
And that's Karen Elliott Taylor and Louis Marcus. Louis is also playing Noel Coward.
Right, right. Well, what is the whole premise of the performance? I mean, it's sort of a bio, or is it?
Let's recognize three of the very well-known 20th century playwrights that have made theater so very important. And this is a wonderful way to revisit them, or for some people who may not know that much about them. Believe me, my daughter's telling me, she's working load-in and load-outs back in LA, and she mentions singers that she grew up with, and the people around her don't know who they are.
Oh, yeah.
So if they don't know the famous singers of the time, they may not be familiar with the playwrights.
Oh, that's a good point. Now, how old is your daughter?
56.
So she's 56. Okay, because I was going to say, if she's mentioning music to some of these younger folks, then obviously she's going to be of the age where they're going to be like, what?
Right.
Because many of them are probably in their 20s and 30s.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
Right? Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So that's kind of a tough thing when you want to talk about some of these folks that have been around for so long, and you're talking to people that have no idea, which is unfortunate. And I'm sure you run into that too.
And I want to add, speaking as a person playing a playwright, I would like to compliment our playwright for this production, Gila Zalon.
Yes.
And she actually did all the research went into all the books and found everything there is to know about all these three playwrights and put it together in this lovely production. Sorry about that.
That's okay. You're sort of in character there.
George,
yes,
right there.
he's in character already. What is your favorite type of character to play?
Oh, I've got a character. That's hard to say. I've played. I like somebody who's not me.
Yeah, which is pretty much everything, right?
I'm basically a very shy person, and you're going to find a lot of people in theater are actually shy people compensating. Yeah. Because when you can be someone else and not yourself, it's easy to be not shy. It's when you're yourself that it's harder to do something like this. Like doing this is very hard for me.
Oh, okay. Well, then I find this completely the opposite because I love to do this, but I have so much trouble doing that. You know, I mean, I have a lot of trouble being somebody else.
I'm his service dog today. He said he was nervous. I don't believe it, but I'm here anyway.
Well, you know what? He might be super nervous on the inside, but you can't tell on the outside, right? And that's the part of being
that's called
a good
acting.
actor. Yeah, exactly. So again, let's talk about the performance. It's going to be on September 12th, and it's going to be at Clubhouse 7 at 3 p.m. Now, are there tickets required?
No, if you're a member of the Old Pros, it's free. If you're not, it's $5 at the desk.
At the desk. Okay, so when you go there.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And what's the seating look like? Is it going to be about how many people can you fit?
Oh, good question. It's been so long since we've been in Clubhouse 7, I forget. I think we're going to do modified theater seating.
Okay, great. Perfect. Well, any last words, plug for your performance?
On this play, no. On the next one, yes.
Oh, on the next one, okay. Well, you're having auditions, so let's talk about the auditions.
Oh, okay, and then we'll go back to his.
Okay.
Well, he'll probably be back for next year. We have an upcoming audition September 15th for our Christmas production. John Perrick will be directing, and it's going to be a really fun Christmas show, basically a musical, a lot of singing, dancing, boogie woogie, country western, but we are specifically looking for singers and dancers. It will be, again, at Clubhouse 7, September 16th, and from 1 to 5. Okay. And we just really invite, come on down. We're really looking for fresh faces. We have some very talented people who've been performing for several years. Right. Some, like me, have been a long time longer than that. But we would love to find some new faces like we found Al, who have been here for a while maybe not. Maybe they've come since the pandemic and are just breaking out now. Yeah. So whoever you are, come on down and let's have fun.
And let's have fun. Isn't that? That's the name of the game, is have fun. I mean, I think it sounds like you're enjoying yourself.
Oh, yes.
Oh, and he is directing the next show coming up.
Good. And when is that going to be?
October, actually it's Columbus Day.
Okay.
It's actually we're scheduled on the holiday.
It's the second Monday of the month. Yes, that's
Which
right.
is a federal holiday.
Well, probably. I'm assuming you guys are probably already on the schedule for next month to talk about it. So
anyway, we've had auditions. Get out of the character. We've had auditions, and now we're ready to go into rehearsals as soon as this play is over. And the play is called The Second Lady.
The Second Lady.
And it's by a gentleman named Jack Sharkey. And it's basically a political farce. Oh. And what we're doing with it, we're going back to a time when politics was not a death sport.
Ah, good.
Talk about the late 50s, early 60s, when a more genteel society, when different things were important in selecting a candidate for the office of presidency of the United States. Right. And our play opens in the hotel suite of the potential candidate with his campaign manager and his assistant, and they're doing all these things, getting ready for the big candidate opening speech that evening. And that's how our play starts. And it takes a few twists and turns along the way.
Yeah, that's good. I think that sounds great. Something to ease your mind of the, what we're seeing in our political arena right now. So sounds great.
Well, for example, in our play, one of the most important qualifications for becoming president of the United States turns out to be the attractiveness and poise of your wife or fiance.
Oh, interesting. Well,
and our candidate has neither. So, so we're in the middle of getting ready for his big speech. Now the campaign manager is trying to find either a fiance or a wife for the gentleman. And another thing, and then there are a few other twists in the plot along the way. It's great fun.
It sounds great. Now, of course, if anyone wants more information about any of the things that we've talked about, or if they want to participate in auditions or participate and learn more about what you're talking about, they can email ocoldpros@gmail.com or go to ocoldpros.org. So perfect. Well, thank you both for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, well, stick around. We've got some other great programming coming up right here on Village Television, so stay tuned. Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Dr. Bobby Awadala, and he is here on behalf of Skincredible Dermatology and Surgery. Well, welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
It's nice to have you on. I know we've been trying to get you in, and we're very excited to hear all about your services that you have. But before we get into all of that, tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I am a board certified dermatologist. I'm also double board certified in Mohs micrographic surgery, and we'll talk a little bit more about what that is, but it's a skin cancer removal surgery that's got the highest cure rate. And just in general, I've been a dermatologist in Orange County. I grew up here from a young age in Yorba Linda and did my training all over the country, and then came back home and been practicing in the area for about 10 years. And I'm serving a lot of people in South County. I'm taking care of all age ranges and all walks of life, and I love doing it on a daily basis.
Well, you're very passionate, I can tell, and I know it's been very difficult to get you in here, so I appreciate you, making the time to come in and let us all know about yourself. So, as a whole, what do you do in your office at Skincredible?
Yeah, so Skincredible Dermatology strives to be the kind of one-stop for all skin problems and skin health. So we do all sorts of medical dermatology, which includes rashes and bumps and lumps and anything that is concerning with the skin. Once we find anything wrong, we'll do removals, which are called excisions, of atypical moles or melanoma or skin cancers. I'm also, like I said, double board certified in Mohs micrographic surgery, which is a specialized technique to remove skin cancers. Right. And that gives you a 98% clearance rate. And what's great about that is it also followed by a plastic reconstructive surgery after the fact. So you get a nice, seamless, scarless result, and you don't have to live with this horrendous scar. Yeah. Beyond that, we offer skin health with cosmetic treatments to uphold and refresh the skin. We do everything from Botox and fillers to lasers. We do some body sculpting work, so a little bit of cool sculpting and some muscle toning and stuff like that to keep us healthy. And then, of course, we always recommend a topical regimen for you. So we pick the right creams. We customize a cream selection of different products that will help make your skin the healthiest it can be.
Well, that's nice that you're sort of a one-stop shop for all of their concerns. Now let's talk a little bit about the Mohs surgery. I'm sure lots of people here are probably familiar with it, unfortunately, because we're in California. We love the sun. We've loved it forever. Right. And now, of course, we're paying the price. So Mohs surgery, tell me why that's different than some of the other kinds.
So when you get a diagnosis of a skin cancer, what normally is done is it's just removed with a standard margin. And so a bunch of doctors will sit down and say, for this type of cancer, we remove this much. And it's just a guesstimate. And then we send it to the lab and we have a percentage clearance rate. And that's in the 80s to 90%. When we do Mohs, what we do is we try to get that clearance rate all the way up. And the way we do it is we take a minimal margin. So we take a little less margin than what's recommended, but we check it on the spot. So while you wait, I have a lab, I have a technician who processes the tissue and shows us 100% of the margins under a microscope. So I look under the microscope and I see your tissue while you're there. And if I see any bad cells, I go back and remove some more. And I don't call it clear until it's clear. So you come into the office, you get, we do a little bit. If we need to go back, we do a little bit more until you're clear. And then we do a facial plastic reconstructive closure to give you the optimal results.
Now let's look at those pictures again, because I wanted to show the results of, after. So when you look at the gentleman, I mean, you can't see that round at all. So what kind of treatment, you said afterwards, do you apply so he doesn't have a scar?
Oh, so I hand stitched this patient, and we put internal stitches and external stitches and put it together, align the skin so well that there's almost zero scar visible. I mean, you really, really have to look very hard. Nobody with a naked eye just looking at you will know. Same with the lady next door. I mean, you see that she has almost no scar visible at all. I would say zero. I can't even see one. And so that's part of the art of plastic reconstructive surgery after the fact. And that's what we really offer our patients.
Well, and I'd have to say that it is definitely an art, and not necessarily just surgery, but the other things that you do for people cosmetically is an art as well, because if you go in for a filler or something like that, you could look horrible if you go to the wrong person.
That's right. So we pride ourselves on keeping people looking natural and bringing back a more youthful appearance without everybody knowing that, we've been in there. We want to be kind of the secret sauce. We don't want anybody to know that anything's happened. We just want you to look rested and improve the overall appearance of the skin.
Exactly.
So yeah, there's different techniques. Botox works really well to stop the wrinkle formation. Fillers work well to replenish some of the volume that we lose over time. We lose a lot of volume in the cheeks, for example, when we revolumize the cheeks a little bit. And then it's meant to fill in some deeper creases that happen along the nasolabial folds and the marionette lines. And then lasers are used to kind of resurface the skin and treat the tone and the texture. And so what we can do with lasers is we can focus on a color, whether there's reds or browns that are prominent in the skin. We can attack that color with a laser and get rid of the color. And we can also use a resurfacing laser that is meant to retexturize the skin. So it improves the appearance of wrinkles, pore sizes, and makes the overall appearance of the skin much smoother.
Right. And then a couple of other photos that we have is where you have used some dermal fillers underneath the eyes. So many of us have some bags under our eyes and a little crease. And here they're gone.
Yeah, so this is an absolute success. I do this with so many patients. And the people that are skeptical have the most amazing look on their face afterwards because they're scared it's not going to look natural. It's the easiest procedure in the right hands, and it gives you this beautiful, beautiful result.
Yeah, well, it's pretty amazing because I think when people do have some of the bags under their eyes, they look tired, and they're not tired at all. And then people go, oh gosh, you look so tired. But then when you come back after they've had a filler, they're probably like, wow, what have you done? Yeah. And then no one's going to tell anything.
I always joke that people will tell them they look like they slept for 10 years.
Or had a really good vacation. Well, let's talk a little bit about your book. You have a book here. It's called Skin Credible. And tell me all about it.
So, I wanted to make it easy for people to understand what happens to the skin over time and what we can do to help improve it at different ages and along the way. Right. And so this is it's meant for just a simple read, really, to give you a background of what happens to the face, what happens to the body, what happens to the collagen, and how we can work to fix those types of things. And one thing that's really neat is I talk about the pyramid of skincare, and that kind of helps put into perspective the different levels of things that we can do. From level 1 being, topical creams and sunscreens and antioxidants that help the skin on a base level that everybody needs at the base of their pyramid, all the way to the top layer, which is plastic surgery, and you're doing facelifts and things like that. But there's a lot of layers in between that we discuss.
Well, right, and in fact, most people don't want to go down the path of full surgery, so there's a lot of things that they can do. What do you think is the most common, or what is the most common requested procedure that you do in your office?
From a cosmetic standpoint, I think Botox and fillers are very common. I think everybody's kind of understands that it's part of a skin regimen now, and keeping your skin healthy and vibrant and beautiful. From a cosmetic standpoint, I mean, we do a lot of skin checks. I have, the joke is that among my patients, that if any of them are walking down the street with a bandage, that, you know, there'll be somebody that walks up and says, "Did you see Dr. Bobby?" And, you know, I take care of a lot of skin cancers. It's my, you know, second board certification, and I'm doing a lot of Mohs surgeries, and so I'm doing a lot of that. So we're doing skin checks and surgeries, along with, you know, the regular general dermatology. But I would say those are the two biggest things.
Okay. So now, when you do a skin check, I mean, is that something that we should do every 6 months, once a year?
Yeah, I think it depends on your level of exposure and your history. So generally, I think people should at least get once a year skin checks, especially in Southern California. If you've had a diagnosis of a skin cancer in the past, that should drop to every 6 months. And if you've had numerous skin cancers, sometimes I do 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So it just really depends on what your needs are.
Okay, well, perfect. Well, I appreciate all the great information, and I wanted to let everybody know that if you want to know more about Dr. Bobby Awadallah over at Skincredible and the book, you need to send us an email, be the first person to send us an email to Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com, and we will get you a copy of this fantastic book. And then, of course, if anyone wanted more information about your services or you, they could always go to your website, skincredibledermatology.com.
That's right.
Or they can call the number that's on the screen.
That's right.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Anything I've missed?
Nothing. Come in and see us. We hope we can take care of you and make sure that you have the most vibrant, beautiful skin, and we're happy to help.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you want more information about Skincredible, you can always go to their website, which is skincredibledermatology.com. We'll be right back. I've read it from cover to cover, so make sure you get your email in and we'll get you a free copy. All right, let's take a look at our weather. As I mentioned in the beginning of our broadcast, very hot this week, and there is a heat advisory that starts at 10 a.m. today and through the remainder of the week and through the weekend. I don't think it's going to go away until Monday. 87, 72, 90, 73, 90, 74, 88, 75, and 90. 379. Very warm. Have a great day in the Village. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Village Television. Bye-bye.
Now there's a different way to buy a new Lexus. It's called CarDash, only available at SouthCountyLexus.com. It's amazingly simple. Visit SouthCountyLexus.com, select and reserve your new or pre-owned vehicle that comes with a 5-day love it or leave it guarantee. Apply for credit, calculate your payment, and even appraise your trade-in, all online. Once you arrive at the dealership, just pick up your car and drive home. Push a button, get a Lexus. South County Lexus, where different is amazing.